Toma dengue tarin de chuju nabe ani kher muche kendumen nambata Swiss leadership pre mimagi chodo kanshan samlo sanla social sambala danashi 지수 저도라 의베테 지수 넘바 아니 지수 가게 제도 넘바라 참지 쉬어야 잡지 텐데 제린도 운동 쉬어야 당고 데라 나야래 다시 선남라네 아니 개표 숙제도 나러나 Tibet is burning! Tibet is burning! Tibet is burning! Tibet is burning! United Nations! United Nations! United Nations! United Nations!
Tibet dies! Tibet dies! Tibet dies! Tibet dies! Tibet dies! In Tibet! In Tibet! In Tibet!
Political prisoners!
Release!
Political prisoners!
Release!
We demand!
Freedom in Tibet!
We demand!
Freedom in Tibet!
We demand!
Freedom in Tibet!
Stop killing!
In Tibet!
Stop killing!
In Tibet!
조경 캐는 버츠 근딘 남바게 탄다데 샵 오늘 샵대나야이 저저들 손제들 셰셰와 제제 고소 토연데들 다 제제 모월 저와 제제 공부 통다 제저 자세 주네 밥에 긴데 탐 제제 아다 제제 자와다 저가 제베 반데 당반나라 저저 저 산제라 저저 저 칠라 저저 겐데라 저저 저와 라마라 저저 저와 산제라 저저 저 칠라 저저 저와 겐데라 저저 라마라 저저 저와 산제라 저저 저와 칠라 저저
咱这米黄豆的套餐的，这米套餐的你们大概根据咱们今年的价格不得了，还没得了，但是这情况就是了，低了，但是我这个干了那样的，常常不去了的，但是不肯定是的，但是人家做个那做了修啥个，地里说的，但是 konaba so peta page marisha atini chigin kashirame
Political prisoners!
Release!
Stop killing!
It's Tibet!
Stop killing!
It's Tibet!
Begala!
소소 로살라 페로나
Tatring de Geneva la Geyongi Dromi Topdangi Tujenting to Judah Jula Pegan so can bucheta kundu number Tagananshi Diki Chuzok Soba Meselonshi Dene Jisu number Kuzatunju Shungde mai be tsogba gi uti namba entering the uli soltman subutun do tsogba gi tsozo tagana shi chogasum gi uti ni peri pinda tsamalange de Geneva tsamri testile shi chogacha tringi dromi totangi linguti ke ngoje mixe shoko mare namalaje tsama hingyare enzo ngaranzo ge tanda sister feature peri mimang dikzu one tradishi witela de tsaba khalane kyundo ne sumjaz latan pazu jawashiyare tagana shingaranzo prebeki sanju khalada jawashiyare ani keche shoti de something dromi totangi leung la Nishu Piore Tinza Nishu Dingegi Ma Jalo Shuch and Taganashi Nega Ched and Zunga Pugal to you George. Now I will focus on the appeal letter which we sent to the President of the Human Rights Council. Your Excellency, we are writing to draw your urgent attention to the worsening human rights situation in China's occupied Tibet on the anniversary of the International Human Rights Day. Since the Chinese military invasion of Tibet in the beginning of 1950s, the Tibetan people suffered and have been suffering innumerable and constant repression and violation of basic human rights enshrined in the international human rights law and treaties. As a result, about 1.5 million Tibetan people have died, including 132 self-immolations that have been taking place in Tibet on regular intervals. Tibetan people all over in Tibet, in the so-called Tibetan Autonomous Region and Tibetan Autonomous Prefectures and counties have organized non-violent massive protests in 1959, 1987, 88, and 2008. The main demands of the Tibetan are freedoms in Tibet and the return of His Holiness the Dalai Lama to Tibet. However, Chinese authorities have violently clamped down and continue to control the Tibetan people's right with the deployment of military and police all over Tibetan areas. Tibetan people live in a police state today where you are denied all the basic human rights protected in the international law, despite China being one of the Human Rights Council members and disregarding their own express commitment to upholding human rights during the council election. In a spirit of dialogue and peaceful conflict resolution, Tibetan representatives have submitted a genuine autonomy proposal to Chinese authorities. The essence of the proposal says that we will not seek independence if we were provided a genuine autonomy for Tibetan, the right to be masters of their own destiny. So far, Beijing has not shown any positive gesture. Tibetan people inside Tibet continues to be deprived of their basic human rights on a daily basis. China's anti-Tibetan policies in Tibetan areas such as nomad resettlement project, unregulated mining project, strict control of Tibetan monasteries and religion freedom, ban of Tibetan language in the education system, discrimination against Tibetan and political repression adds up the simmering representatives. Therefore, the Tibetan community in Switzerland and Liechtenstein earnestly ask Your Excellency necessary intervention by pressing Chinese authorities. One, to schedule a visit by UN High Commissioner for Human Rights in Tibetan areas immediately as accepted in the second meeting in October 2013 and other pending visit of special rapporteurs. Two, to allow unfettered access to international bodies, including international media, to Tibetan areas to investigate the root causes of the ongoing human rights violations, including self-immolations. Three, to release all the Tibetan political prisoners held at detention centers, prisons, and labor camps. Four, to respect the human rights law and treaties that China has ratified and pledged prior to joining Human Rights Council. Five, to start the dialogue with Tibetan leaders for the resolution of the Tibet question. Finally, we would like to gratefully if your appeal letter is communicated to all members of the Tibet Human Rights Council for their information and action. Thanking you in advance for your kind attention, I look forward to receive your affirmative response to our request. With highest respect, Tibetan community, Switzerland and Liechtenstein. Dinsan digi nishu pyu de nangla tunze chidang di kangla ani kechesho tunze nga jiare nga di kare yare shubena chik ani tanda chega romi topdangi sojungi uji ani nyama nidong chuksum jinda chube nangla takjo shisung cheni 인지 민지 프로난고라 페니 거기 내주는 소리 뭐이 내주디 시가페로지스 니버디 아니 개갑 쳔바이나 착바 율레이나 프랑스 창마라 별라주 별라파 페니 내주든조 주고니 아니 점니 농부 쳔발라 세라난 요 국업대로지스 아니 숨버디 아니 철시 좀 창말로로드나스 시버디 아니 조미 토단기 팀당 팀백이 아니 토단디 비밀라 고도스 시버디 아니 겨베기 시베 돈에 아니 바가지 시무기 돈에 무투니 커뮤니티다 아니 바가 탑란지 사교 되라 비구슈스 딘자디 둔제 시디 공다 둔쟁아디 딘데스니 슈피샤레 아니 지랑 드링 조미 토단데 송샤나가 먹으시다야레 딘자 메기 게부시다 먹었자 은든다 드링 둔다 빠루리나 아니 데 베미 먹으시 페도 아니 저조 나게 정말 내게 지게 닝타번에 두주 제수기 아니 다들 진호 관계면 저 고제 깨야 된부터 은 다가나시 베든 단단 뉴스 세베게 문제쇼 두지나 프로이갈로
조조 강시자 로산 졸了推荐学员